Welcome to Speed Scene Live TV, the only show dedicated to the sportsman racer. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, Hedman Hustler Headers, M&H Tires, Aeromotive Fuel Systems, and TheFote.com. With your hosts, Diana Might, Bruce Barker, Scott Lucky Hudson, Alex Rogio, Bob Beck, Bryant Layton, with Donnie Couch and Dar Hawthorne.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the studios of the West Coast Funny Car Factory, it's Dar Hawthorne and Donnie Couch with special guest, the 2014 Frank Hawley Media Challenge Trophy.
Hey, it's a trophy here. I ain't no stinking Napa know-how oil can. I'm real. People gotta win me, but hey, Donnie Couch won me. And if you'd like to book us for meetings or birthday parties or bar mitzvahs, give us a call. In the meantime, Bruce, can you roll the video from Donnie winning the challenge?
Well, wasn't that just fabulous? All right, here we go.
Would have been. There we go.
We're strapping in. The tension is mounting.
Donnie, if you could tell us what you were going through at this point.
That's right.
How did you feel?
Are we live?
Yes,
We better be.
Are we on mic?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Look at this.
I was a little nervous.
Yeah.
Donnie Couch in his
I'm
first
pulling
Super
out.
Comp dragster.
Okay.
Finals coming up.
This will be a par 5 on this shot.
Cinderella story.
Baba Booey.
Virtual unknown coming in to Fontana. Oh, it's in the hole. It's in the hole.
Now look at how he handles his burnout.
Yeah. Hey, how about an all-speed scene final against Alex Rogio?
Alex, the car girl, Rosie.
The car girl. So what am I, the car guy?
I guess so.
Here we go. But this was the final, though.
Actually, the only person that wasn't there was Bob Beck.
Well, they don't have a car that big.
That's right.
Or a helmet.
Ooh,
Just saying.
hey,
I'm just saying.
Oh,
Just
rewind.
kidding,
Hey,
Bob.
show your card
Hey,
and save.
show your Auto Club card and save.
All
Here
this
we
is
go.
being brought to you by Good
Vibrations
Vibrations Motorsports.
Yeah, I think I was going 300.
Look at that technique. Almost right down the middle.
Well, the groove is towards the center, dog. That's what the instructor told me, Frank Howley.
You know how those guys can be.
I didn't even know I won this. I thought I red lit.
That is the unusual part.
Well,
You were the only one that didn't know you won.
I didn't. I did not. I thought I red lit.
Now here comes Donnie's repartee with Jack Beckman and a couple other people.
Couple other people. How about
Well, they're all
world champion funny car Beckman, Robert Height, high-fiving me?
Oh, yeah.
See, and I'm asking him now.
She broke out. Oh, I thought I read that. You gotta go weigh the car, though. Gotta make sure. Oh, I just did. Are you kidding me? Come on, baby. Are you kidding me? Good job. Frank Howley, best day of my life. Love you, brother. Are you kidding me?
Hey, I'd never been down the quarter mile before, Bruce.
What do you know?
Huh? Chasing funny cars in a tow car, that was it.
Oh, thanks, brother.
The only problem I had to do there was adjust the air conditioning going down the track.
And get out.
Yeah, and get out. Go to the right return road to pick up my driver. But, hey, what a great day at Frank Howley's dragster adventure out there at Fontana.
Hey,
Auto
there's
Club
Lucky
Dragway.
Hudson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I said. The only person that wasn't there was Bob Beck.
I can't even believe it.
Wow, so you're getting the fast Jack handshake there.
That's it.
Yeah.
I tried to get out of the car.
Of course, I want to thank Replay for providing all this video and James Mayer from Good Vibrations for doing the editing.
That's Replay XD cameras, right?
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
things
We're
are
great.
brilliant. Look at that picture.
Look
They
at
had
that.
a whole-
Donnie's stuck now.
Yeah. I asked them not to film this. A little hard to get out of those dragsters, especially when you're the champion.
Well, yeah, you
You know,
Once our head gets that big.
I'm not a little car girl. I'm a man.
Well, Donnie, in celebration, you've got the trophy here, but in celebration of this whole thing, I think it's really important that that you know that the people around here really care, and you've now got your own hero card.
Hey!
Hey, check this out, folks.
Hey!
I got one hero card and one autograph.
No, you read down at the bottom. There's 2 endorsements on there too.
Is there?
Yeah. Can you read that?
Well, not
You
put
put
on
your
my
glasses. That's
on.
all right. You should be able to read what it says on there.
Of course, he's a natural. I raised him. Tom the Mongoose McEwen. Another quote by Don Perdome. Just goes to show you anybody can do this. Interesting that Perdome was on the phone while I was in the car going into the final, and he wanted to know, how I got to the final with my weight,
Well, here's 4 more for your next autograph session. So,
Wow.
I hope that
this
Bruce
should last all year. That's
anyway,
great.
congratulations,
Hey,
Donnie. It was an awful lot of fun that day, and we had a ball doing it.
Hats off to Frank Halley and, Jack Beckman out there, Robert Hyatt, Jeff Aren, Frank's wife. The whole crew just makes you feel comfortable out there. And, they get you in the car and they do everything for you. All you got to do is follow their directions. I know the mechanics of the cars, but I've never staged a car, never gone down the track, never had to make sure it shifted, And they just do all that for you. And I didn't care if I lost the first round. I didn't, right? Beat Brad Littlefield.
He says that now.
Brad, are you out there listening? Remember I beat you? Yeah. You can't leave in high gear, son. Okay? But anyway, we had a great day out there.
And one of the things we were out there to do is really publicize the new program that they've got going on for that Jeff Arend is running. That is for corporate adventures to come out there and have your rather than a golf tournament or a buffet or something like that. Come out there and race some 10-second, 9-second dragsters.
Now that's fun.
And see who's king of the hill at your local business. So it's a great program. You'll learn a lot and you'll go fast.
Did you go out there, Bruce?
Man, I've been to the Frank Hawley School, but not this one. I was out there like 5 years ago, but I did not get to go to this one.
Yeah.
So
It's a
what
lot of
happened
fun.
there?
Well,
you got to be on that list.
I guess so.
there's an A
something
list.
bad must have happened last
They were
time.
down to the C list when they got to us.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't
Everybody
know.
else was out racing. And,
Something happened. We got invited, Dar and I.
And we asked
figured
the,
that person's no longer working for Frank anymore.
Yeah, well,
just saying.
I'm very pleased that you were able to get the trophy to come to the show. And
It's the all-speed scene final with Alex, the car girl, and I in the final.
Yeah.
And,
we got a lot of interesting stuff that's going on. Besides all of this interesting stuff, we have some guests coming on. And the first one is Scott Gardner.
That's right. He's waiting on line
just
one.
happens to be the president of the International Hot Rod Association, a guy I had a chance to talk to in Tucson and really got a lot of insight. And let's bring him on. Scott.
Hey, guys. How you doing today?
Really good. How are you, Scott? Things good?
Hey, everything's going great. Doing great.
Good. Last time I saw you, you had a notepad about maybe a quarter of an inch thick with all of the things that you wanted to do, change, and improve at the International Hot Rod Association for this year. Are you whittling away at some of those things?
Absolutely. The notepad stays with me at all the events because it's a continuing process. But I got to tell you, we are working on a lot of things and improving things as we go. 3 Nitro Jam national events into the season, and things have moved a long ways. But, I have lofty goals, so we have ways to go yet. But we're heading in the right direction, that's for sure.
Now you're doing a program that's a little different this year. You've got 12 cars for Nostalgia Funny Cars. You've got Top Fuel. You've got Mountain Motored Pro Stocks, and you've got a killer class of Nitro Harleys. And
absolutely, we've really tweaked the program. When you talk about the funny cars, it's really we basically seed some cars in, and when we say seed, they have to come in and qualify. But they're guys that have really said, "Hey, we're going to run your entire series." We know we've got some great cars, and then there's other guys that just come in and run. And at the Cordova event later this season, it's an open field. We've worked with DRO on that event, and we could have 16, 20 funny cars. It's hard to say what's going to show up at that event.
Hey, Scott, it's Donnie Couch here, and, I'm pretty well-versed with the Nostalgia guys out there and race with them, build a lot of those
Absolutely.
cars. They they are saying nothing but good about your organization, how you run the show, and how you take care of the racers. And, we're kind of spoiled out here. We got the new family, and we got the Bowsers at Bakersfield. They really take care of this nostalgia effort. And now you've stepped up with your whole organization, and a lot of positive things are coming out of the camp. So kudos for that, because it's hard to keep those funny car guys happy. But, I know that you've got Cordova and Eddyville and Cedar Falls, and they're going to go to IHRA and everything. And you've done a good job back there with the World Series of drag racing. Never made it back there, but a lot of guys on the West Coast always talk about going back there. Of course, one of them being Gary Turner and the Peddler. You guys, hats off to you.
All those guys out there, they're working hard, and they bring back what the sport is all about. And they're competitive. The cars are very interesting to watch. It's the nitro that everybody wants. But, the difference is we have close racing. It's side-by-side action with the pomp and the circumstance and everything that goes with it. But it's affordable. A family can actually go into an event and enjoy it. So that's where we're coming from with our series and with our stars. And the more we go, 3 events in, it's getting better and better every time. And the sky's the limit with this deal. We're really pumped and excited about it.
Well, one thing I noticed about when because I did go to the Tucson race that was sponsored by Good Vibrations. One of the things that I noticed there is that those fans were there to be entertained. They sat there through box and no box eliminations, through brackets, through funny cars, through through fuel bike, through every aspect of the race, and they sat there to enjoy the evening, not necessarily be nitro snobs as some of as happens at some other racing venues. So it was really great to see the way that the crowd you're attracting is really there to be entertained.
And that's really what we've seen, 3 events and 3 full houses so far. And the people that are coming out are the family. They're looking for entertainment, and racing is what they like, and they enjoy, and drag racing they picked. And we want to put a great show together that is entertaining and concise, and they could come in, and we've added stuff to the pit area, the fan experience. We've got the desert cars, the display of the Hollywood cars with the stars, and we're just adding stuff all the time to make the experience in the pit area and in the grandstands the best it can be, and keeping it at a price point people can afford.
Well, I know that there are a lot of people that wish that you had a track in California, West Coast, or anything that we could get to go to the show, because I thoroughly enjoyed the show, and I certainly knew a lot of those cars, certainly the fuel altereds and the funny cars, but to see then the fuel Harleys in that mix, running 630s was absolutely stunning to see those guys.
And I haven't had a lot of experience with the fuel Harley riders and pilots in seeing their show. I mean, we've had them at my tracks over the years off and on, but to actually see the commitment these folks have, and just the fact that they're purely crazy to pilot these things, and how just exciting it is to watch these guys. They're going down the track each and every time. They're making full poles, and they're side by side in the lights, and like I say, one wheel in the air. It's crazy, and it's exciting racing, and I wouldn't want to do it without them.
Yeah, just the way they lean coming off the starting line to anticipate the air that's going to be pumped out of the set of headers is it's like, why is that guy leaning so far over? Well, because that bike is headed for the wall if he doesn't.
It's amazing.
And it's
definitely pushing him around, and you got a little bit of wind, and what I call the personality of the racetrack that they have to work around as well. So those guys, they get paid. They don't get paid enough probably for what they do, and we're excited to have them, and very appreciative that they chose our series to run with.
Well, if we can look ahead in your crystal ball for next year, are you looking at larger fields? Are you looking at adding top fuel? How is IHRA going to evolve?
Our model really calls for affordable racing, and we want to continue with the competitive format that we put together this year. So it could include or be expanded to more classes and bigger classes. But the important thing is to continue to work and find the markets to go into. We'd love to go, again, out west and to the east and continue to build and develop the IHRA to what it needs to be today and what it can be. So there's a variety of goals, not only with the classes in the style of racing that we do, but there's also goals on, going to more facilities and continuing to be out there in all parts of the country and really outside of the country with our 2 events in Canada and working feverishly on another event outside the country that I can't talk about too much right now, but there's a lot of things happening. I got to tell you, the offices are very, very busy. I put in 11 to 12-hour days on a regular basis, and it's all about building this model and rebuilding what the IHRA had been a number of years ago and what our future is going to be. So it's an exciting time to be a part of it.
Well, Scott, hey, I used to race back in the day with Billy Meyer and stuff. We ran a lot of IHRA races, but you guys have over 100 facilities, I'm hearing.
Yeah, we're right up there. We're at like 107, and some exciting news coming down the pipe pretty quick with some more tracks changing over to the IHRA. And we just continue to work hard for our track operators, partnering with them and bringing them, the things they need to be successful. And believe me, if anybody knows that, it's me. After 20 years of running racetracks, I know that side of the coin as well. I did a little racing as well. So, I've got kind of the full picture of what's going on out there, and I try to look at each and every situation from the standpoint of that person or, where they're coming from. If they're a sponsor, if they're a racer, they're a fan, track operator. It's got to work for everybody, and if it doesn't, your model doesn't make any sense, and you're not going to grow, and you're not going to build for the future. So I keep that in mind, and my team works on that all the time to make sure that we're fulfilling the needs of all of our customers.
Well, I think that's the difference there is you've ran tracks and you go back to the UDRA days and racing with your family and stuff, and I read that you recognized, that, hey, you were probably a better promoter than you were a driver, and left that to your brothers and stuff. But
you probably heard me say that many times over, and it is exactly the truth.
But
much better promoter and operator than ever I could have been as a racer. So you kind of go to where your strength's at, and I saw very quickly mine probably wasn't racing cars, even though that I really still would love to do that and enjoy that. I know where my strength is at, and I know where I need to be. So that's where my future is.
Well, we'll have to send you to Frank Hawley's school, if you do good over here, it's a little bonus perk for you. But, you're doing a great job. Like I said, I hear it from the racers, got my ear plugged down to the nostalgia circuit, and a lot of good things coming from IHRA. And I know you guys have a nice schedule, and you've had 3 great events so far. So I wish you luck in the future. And,
I appreciate that. Next weekend is Palm Beach. A couple weeks after that, we're going to be in Rockingham. So, we just keep moving along and got events stacked pretty much on top of each other. And, the guys in those Nitro Funny Cars, the guys and gals and everybody involved, what a great group of individuals. I mean, everybody's out there. Of course, they want to win. They want to be competitive. That's what it's all about. But at the end of the day, it's friendships and opportunities and what life is. And that's what's so important about being an IHRA racer and part of the IHRA family.
Well, too, I was doing a little checking, and there seems to be an open weekend at Tucson in October where you could put on a really amazing funny car race.
Really?
An open race. I'll send you the proposal. I already sent it to Jason, and this is it's time to really grab this by the horns, because I again had a great time at Tucson. I think you guys put on an incredible show, and with people like John Hale and Jason Rupert and the McIntyres, and there's just,
wait a minute. What about Nostalgia Drag Racing's answer to Jungle Jim or John Force? Mark Sanders. Don't forget about him. Hey, I'm sure Scott knows about Mark Sanders.
Who can forget Mr. Explosive?
Get him up in the tower.
2 minutes before he's supposed to be on the morning show a couple of weeks ago, they're beating on his motorhome. You're off. He flies out of there. He's on the air just like he's been up for 5 hours.
Yeah, well, he probably hasn't.
He's crazy.
God thanks to Red Bull.
I'll tell you what, they run it hard. It isn't unusual for them to burn up some parts on their quest for the championship. And you've got them. You got Bruce Litton in there, a former champion in his own right, a great spokesman for the entire industry of drag racing and auto racing. So we've got the best. We really have the best people in our series, and that's what makes it so unique and so valuable.
Well, thanks a lot for calling in. I really appreciate you taking the time, because I'm a big fan of the way that drag racing is splintering right now, and that it isn't all based around one particular sanctioning body. But one of the things that Jason Rittenberry had said there in Tucson was that he wants to, at the end of this year, he wanted to be sure that IHRA was treated with the respect that it is due, and you guys are sure bringing that back.
I appreciate his words, and that's where, my work comes in, and my team of individuals at the IHRA and our racers. We have to earn that respect, and we know we have to earn that. So, we went to Tucson, our first event, didn't perform the way I really wanted us to perform, and it got a lot better at the next event, and a whole bunch better at Bradenton. So we're just going to continue to get better as we go, better equipment. Our operations are better. The events are tighter, and the entertainment is second to none. And you got to earn your stripes, buddy. That's what it's all about.
Well, thanks a lot for calling in, and I'm going to be following you, and I'll be doing reports on bangshift.com for.
I appreciate it.
Because I think it's a hell of a series.
I'm going to make it out to one of your races also, Scott. Good luck with the series, and take care of Mark Sanders for us. Maybe switch him to decaf.
I've enjoyed getting to know the entire Sanders group, and I want to thank you guys and all your loyal listeners and folks watching on the internet. Thanks a lot for being supporters of the IHRA, and we look forward to seeing you down the road.
Always from us, Scott. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we got them back to back now.
Huh?
We got Scott Gardner, president of IHRA. Now we got Scott New, the guy who runs Firebird Raceway in Boise, Idaho, where I'm going to be this weekend covering the Heritage Series race. Well,
I'm a little jealous.
Well, we got a ratchet strap. We got room in the back and a ratchet strap. I can tie you down in the back of Don's truck, and we might be able to pull it off.
Between the New family and the Bowsers, and now that Scott Gardner at IHRA, we get treated pretty good now.
Good friends, yeah.
We got some good racing.
It's Scott News on the phone. Scott, are you there?
Good evening.
Hey, Scott, how are you doing?
I'm doing just great.
If I know you were out there working on the track all day.
Seems like that's, we were brought up as little kids just virtually working around the clock, and that's part of our mode of operation, I guess. Yeah, no, it's all the cannons are loaded, and the advertising is full steam like we do for all of our major events, and we are really excited to kick off this year officially this weekend.
Well, and also this will be the kickoff for the Boise Bakersfield Blitz that we ran last year, and was won by Dan Horan Jr. in the Patriot Mustang, and he'll be up there as part of the show this weekend. And runner-up in the Boise Bakersfield Blitz was Robert Overholzer in Don Nelson's California Hustler. He'll be up there this weekend. So everybody wants to hit it again. All the same manufacturers are part of it again, and it's really great to see that two tracks like Boise and Bakersfield with the Bowsers can come in and set up their own program to support the racers and get them to attend their races and put on a show.
Yeah, no, we're really excited about the continuation of the Blitz. We have the greatest respect for John and Blake and their whole crew, and what they do down there at the mecca of nostalgia racing, no question. But it's something that we're extremely proud to be a part of, and the Blitz name, it's just got something you can sink your teeth into, and it's pretty cool when Ronnie Swearingen rolls out to the track this afternoon and asking if he can park early, and my brother John said, Ronnie, you're going to have to wait till everybody else tomorrow morning till we open up the gates and get all the credentials cooking and whatnot. But yeah, it's got a good feel going into this weekend for sure.
Hey, Scott, Donnie Couch, don't be too hard on my buddy Ronnie Swearingen,
He's one of my heroes.
Yeah, he's done a good job, and
I've
known him all my life and still hang out with him a lot. But, hey, how about our saying, are you ready for Nitro, right?
Yeah,
But,
for sure.
Scott, I want to bring up something for all our fans and stuff out there. You know, we're talking about the race and stuff, but your father, you know, he passed away February 11th, started this whole deal, you know. This is the 44th consecutive year racing up there. But, you know, besides that, your dad, in 1954, was on the safety safari in Pocatello, Idaho. I mean, this guy was in it from the beginning and knew everybody. And, you know, he also started the Boise Roadster Show, and that's been running for 42 years. And your dad, you know, raised you and your brothers, John and Brad, and, you know, it's going to be heavy hearts when you guys, you know, you're going to be being watched overhead for this race and stuff. So we wish you luck with all. Your dad was a great man. You guys are a great family, and I sure miss not racing up there now, but putting another car together, so hopefully I'll be able to come up there and race with you guys because I really enjoy your family.
Well, I think, you know, you've probably, you know, you've hit upon a thread that when Dad started racing in 52 and 53, when he and a buddy forged the formation of the Bootleggers Car Club, when they couldn't get into the Gear Jammers, they decided to set out on their own, and they got 12 buddies together like a lot of club hot rod buddies did back in the day. And Dad was the first guy up here in Idaho to run some nitromethane through his Stromberg 97s in his three-window deuce coupe.
Wow.
And so, I mean, it's carried through. It's been a common theme of ours, you know, since we started, since Dale Pulte and Al Carnes ran in 1968 August in our first featured match race. All the way to today. You know, the Igniter is the oldest event in the Pacific Northwest, and since 1971, when Prudhomme won the first, we have had nitromethane, whether it's fuel alders or top fuel, or this year and the past several years, the AA funny car class. You know, nitro's been a common theme of just about everything we do at this track when it comes to things like the Igniter and, of course, our signature event, the Pepsi Nightfire Nationals in August. So, yeah, you know, it's sad in one respect, but on the flip side of the coin, he would be the first one to tell us boys and the rest of our crew and our staff to carry the torch forward for, you know, many decades to come. There's 3 more boys in line, my 3 nephews, Connor, Colin, and Austin, all of which, you know, are starting to do things at the track, even at 6, 11, and 12 years of age.
Wow.
They're already starting to find a groove at the track to helping and doing things. So it's the new family's along for certainly generations to come, and I think that's pretty exciting too.
Well, it's always been a family affair up there, and
Yeah.
that's what makes that track so special. As we race with the Bowsers too, you know, they take care of the racers. You guys do the same thing, and that means a lot because these guys put in a lot of time and a lot of money to go run these events. And you know, everybody's loving this nostalgia movement, and you guys make it a lot easier for us to go pull up to your doors a day early like Ronnie, even though he can't get in. I'll give him a call. I'm going to harass him a little bit.
Yep, for sure.
Well, now you got a pretty good lineup for this weekend. We got, as I mentioned, Dan Horan, Robert Overholser, Brad Thompson with his 562 car, and they were low ET at the California Hot Rod Reunion last year. That's low ET for all nitro cars, not top fuel, and you know. So and Chris Davis, Scott Stanger, Mark Henches, Roger Garton, Devery Howard, who's driving for Twig Ziegler this year, Wally Giavia, and Richard Townsend. And I know that Richard's got his new T-shirts. I'll be bringing the new Boise Bakersfield Blitz T-shirts up to you tomorrow when I leave. So it should be a really great weekend. If you're anywhere in the Pacific Northwest, Idaho, Montana, get in your car and head over for a great nitro show over at Boise at Firebird Raceway.
Well, and you probably, Dar, should not overlook the fact that our defending champion, Chris Crable, and Bucky Austin, Dennis O'Brien car is coming too. Maybe you mentioned it, but
no, I always leave them out because then I'll get crap up there from Bucky as soon as I walk in the gate.
I wouldn't want to do that, Dar. I'm not going to be there to help you defend yourself.
Yeah, but you know, just to kind of step back in time, Bucky ran his first drag race here in 1969. He told me the story a few years ago when we presented the Jaker All-Star Award to him at the Nightfire. But Bucky said, yeah, my first drag race was in 1969 here, and he's won more Igniter titles. You know, during the days when we were still running alcohol funny cars, at our Division 6 points meet, which this is tied in conjunction with, Bucky won like 12 Igniter titles here.
Wow.
So it was virtually a dominating force, and it had been a couple of years for him, and it was pretty cool seeing the two of them. And with my dad not being here this year, it's going to have a whole sentimental feeling to the event because, he never missed an Igniter, never missed a Night Fire. I think virtually he only missed a few handful of events in total over 47 years of, running the racetrack. But, all in all, the reception by everybody has just been overwhelming, from the remembrance we had in late February to our Roadster show to even the first 4 events we've had this year. We had a swap meet that was just off the deep end 2 weeks ago, and our Gold Cup season opener, a 2-day race we had last weekend, was really rocking as well. But, yeah, we can't wait to, hit the pavement running with this, our first major event of the season in the Igniter. So it should be a humdinger.
Well, as I'm fond of saying, get off your butt and buy a ticket, get over there to Boise and see some great nitro racing.
Well, you can't totally live life on the internet. I think both of you will agree with me.
Push away from the keyboard.
Yeah, push away and make your way out to Firebird. It's pretty easy to find, and yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, I will see you on Thursday.
Sounds great.
Thanks for calling in, Scott. Really appreciate it.
All right,
Thanks,
Scott.
guys.
Good luck. Thinking about you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Should go to a commercial.
Yeah, well, let's go to a commercial here, but that's the kind of guests that we're starting to get on here is some of the high rollers.
Heavyweights.
Yeah,
well, those guys are heroes to us.
Yeah, they are. Put on a great show, and it's like I'll do anything I can to help put on those kind of shows and promote them, and it's just
Well, Dar, they're taking care of the racers, they're taking care of the fans and their family.
I know I'm entertained. Jeez.
Well, that's easy for you. Jeez.
I did push it. Let me push away from the keyboard.
You live with GK. How entertaining is that?
Oh, man.
Well, let's hear from Good Vibrations and Aeromotive and a couple of other great sponsors. And it's to you, Bruce.
Good Vibrations Motorsports specializes in parts you need for gas, alcohol, and nitro engines. If you're muscling a funny car or dragster down the quarter mile, or cutting a rooster tail across the lake, or just cruising the boulevard, Good Vibrations has all the supercharger and fuel system solutions for your personal ride and race car. Good Vibrations is your injection connection, the largest dealer in the world for Enderley fuel injection, and now a stocking distributor for Aeromotive fuel systems with a warehouse full of go-fast race parts, an easy-to-navigate online catalog, and they ship worldwide daily. If you want to go fast, really fast, then Good Vibrations Motorsports is ready at goodvibesracing.com.
60 years. That's a long time for a company to do any one thing. Doing it right while sticking to your founding values. Now that takes hard work and dedication. For 60 years, Hedman's All-American workforce has been devoted to manufacturing the very best headers any team of craftsmen can build. That's 60 years of cutting, 60 years of bending, 60 years of welding, more than 2 million in all, and every set made right here at home. At Hedman Headers, we build all-American horsepower, then back it up for life. Hedman Headers, made in the USA.
I'm Robert Height, driver of the Auto Club Ford Mustang Funny Car, and you're watching Speed Scene Live.
Welcome back to Speed Scene Live TV, the #1 online drag racing TV show. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, M&H Tires, Hedman Hustler Headers, Aeromotive Fuel Systems, and TheFote.com.
Johnny Couch for Speed Scene Live. We're here at Auto Club Dragway, reopening of the track. Got Jack Beckman here.
Hey guys.
Hey, welcome to Speed Scene Live. We're out here with the media, making laps, Frank Howley's dragsters, and pretty cool deal.
I love the fact that Donnie Couch thought it was a pretty cool deal. And I'll tell you the greatest thing, what we're doing today is the Dragster Adventure program. These cars are slowed down significantly from the Super Comp license class. But a guy like you who's jaded, you've been around nitro cars 40 plus years, these things are just the entertainment in between going to the hot dog stand for you. And now you sit in one for the first time. And I loved when Donnie got out of the car, he was smiling. He said that was totally cool. Had no idea it was going to be that bitch. And got a 10-second time slip at almost 130 miles an hour. And now we're going to go do another quarter-mile run. We're going to qualify this field of media, and we're going to race them in a bracket-style race. But I tell you, it excites me to no end when I see folks like you react to driving these cars and how exhilarating they are.
Well, never been in a car except for a tow vehicle chasing somebody down the track. And, you guys give a good course. I understand the mechanics, everything, but you guys go through all the motions and, the brake pressures and where to do everything. And you guys make it pretty simple. So really all we got to do is follow your directions. It's pretty cool for somebody to come out here with no experience. Like I said, I've never been down a track, but you could bring your corporate staff here and have a bonding deal for your sales force or something, and you'd be making 10-second runs.
Yeah, we have, these cars can run in the mid or low 8-second bracket at 160 miles an hour if we run them all out. What we've done here with the adventure program, and you mentioned corporate programs, that's maybe one of the ideal examples, is we've made them slow enough that it's doable for John Public or Jane Public. Anybody, I've had students 16 years old that didn't have a state driver's license up to 83 years old. And the feeling of accomplishment that somebody gets when they get out of one of these cars and they're like, I did it. I watched it on TV. I had no idea I was capable of this. I listened. I paid attention. I applied it. I did it. It's exhilarating from a physical standpoint because you feel the G-forces and all that horsepower, but it's an emotional high too, and I think that's one of the things that you realized.
Well, we got the replay cameras, Jack, and when you see it, when we played on our show, I was doing the old fist pump at the end of the track. I haven't had such a good time. And
you're going to need this for autographs, buddy.
Okay.
It's popular.
Well, listen, Jack, we appreciate your patience with all of us rookies out here, and now we got to go qualify.
Yeah, and it's cool that the school's back out here at Fontana, so the SoCal folks again have a chance to either come get a license or just come have some fun. So you can go on the website and figure out what dates we're going to be at Fontana and the other tracks. I'd love to see you guys come out.
All right, folks. Jack Beckman, Donnie Couch for Speed Scene Live. You want to have some fun? Go to Frank Hawley's Drag Racing School on the internet. Find out when you can take some laps here or in Florida. And I understand they're going to be traveling around to different tracks. Might be coming to your town.
And what did the trophy have to say when asked about this?
Well, let's get it. Donnie's signing the hero cards over here.
Hey, just another victory for us over here with the trophy. And, just kind of kicking back. We're like the Stanley Cup. We're available for bar mitzvahs, parties, weddings, and all kinds of stuff. In the meantime, we got Chris Blair on the line, so let's go to him.
Chris?
Oh, man.
I know you, Chris. I know you never thought you'd get on after having Beckman on there. That was about a 10-minute interview with Beckman, but
so you're reading your text right now.
I got your text. Yeah, I didn't have a chance to text you back.
What's so funny is my day started out, at about 6 o'clock in the morning. The first thing I get is a call from Frank Hawley, and now here I am listening to Jack at the end of the day, and I've had 2 or 3 conversations with Frank throughout the day. So those guys have wore me out. So before we go any further, Frank Hawley Drag Racing School will be here at my place May 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. It's the first visit to Gateway Motorsports Park, so if you're in the Midwest, come see Frank. So I worked that plug in, so we're good there.
Good. Well, my gosh, we've sure gotten him enough plugs tonight.
Yeah. Hey, Chris, Donnie Couch, man, we miss you in Las Vegas. I didn't know you moved.
Oh, yeah, I've been here just over a year. It started out, we were just doing some consulting work. I've been doing some promoting on my own. I decided I was going to take it a little bit easy and started promoting some dirt track events, doing a few things with some different sanctioning bodies. And then opportunity came out here with Curtis Francois when he bought the racetrack, and we started working on a couple of projects together. And today, before I got here, I was just in the process of doing a home inspection. So I'm buying a house here and making it permanent. So we'll still have the place in Vegas, but going to have the place here and looking forward to it. We're doing a lot of great things. We're building an off-road track. We've got everything going on with the NASCAR Oval here. I have the Camping World Truck Series coming back. Got a Kartplex opening up in about 3 weeks. So I mean, we're wide open again, and it's great. It's fun. It's great being somewhere where you're appreciated.
Yeah. Well, any job openings there for our buddy Culvert Seagraves?
Oh no, Colbert. Yeah, you know what? If I need somebody, that could be probably the greatest hot air balloon inflator on the planet.
Exactly.
You know?
But hey, we love him, don't we, Chris? We go way back. But hey, seriously, we really miss you at Vegas. You did a good job out there, and I know we ran some nostalgia races out there, but just the whole package you put together. So, I wish you luck in your new venture.
Well, I tell you what, we're looking forward to them. Before I go any further, because these guys have beat me up today, I'm going to make sure I get this plug in, okay? My first time ever working with these guys, I'm looking forward to it. The NDRL, Nostalgia Drag Racing League, they're having the Quick Fuel Technology Battle at the Arch. It's their season opener. It's going to be part of my Nitro Rendezvous event. So I've got them. I've got Chris Schneider and his Victory Superstocks, and then we have the DRO Funny Car Series coming in here. And
never heard of it.
Basically, what we're doing, I took the mold of what we did with the old Rockabilly Rod reunion, and putting a little Midwest swing on it. That was always a fun event. And we're doing some things like that here, and we're going to ease our way into it. Obviously the Rockabilly show, John Beeshy, who's now at Maple Grove, the two of us, we worked on that thing all the time. It was our full-time passion for both of us, and so I'm hoping I know John's working on some stuff there at Maple Grove now that he's wanting to try to do like that, and we're going to do something like that here, but we're going to take our time and do it right, and I think there's lots of potential for it.
Now, it's funny how the Nostalgia Funny Cars and the Rockabilly stuff go hand in hand. I know when we were down there racing in Vegas with the Nostalgia cars, going and checking out all those rat rods, and it was interesting how they're all put together. And I don't know, it's kind of a fit with each other.
And the bands too, great bands. It's,
and don't forget the pinup girls, Dar. We always had the pinup girls.
I hadn't gotten to that yet, but I appreciate you bringing it up, Chris. Now, one of the interesting things too is that that Gateway has come back from the ashes. I mean, this is, it was another track that was going, right?
Well, and here's the story on that. I mean, this place was literally 1 month away from bulldozers tearing the place down. The backstory on this thing, the track was always successful. As far as the drag strip and even the NASCAR Oval, they were always successful. But the place was built really for one reason and one reason only, and that's because they wanted to get a NASCAR Cup date. And when that didn't go through, it didn't fit with the previous ownership's corporate structure. And they had some stockholder issues that were going on. And keep in mind, it was in 2008, 2009 when the whole world was coming to an end, and they were facing some tax issues and things like that. So they elected to leave, and it's really unfortunate because this town has such a great racing heritage, and it's just a great facility. But when they built the place, I mean, this is where I attended my first NHRA event. I was doing my job interview with NHRA to become a division director, and I was living in Chicago at the time. They brought me down here for the job interview. So my first exposure to an NHRA national event was here at Gateway back in '97, and I was hooked. I've always had a special place in my heart for this track. And I had a lot of friends who worked here through the years. Rich Schaefer, who's Division II director now. A lot of great folks have been here and worked at this track, and they poured their heart into it. Brett Kepner is here. He's the historian for all of drag racing in this area. I mean, there's a lot of great folks, a lot of great tradition here at this racetrack, and it was unfortunate that the corporation didn't see the value in that. And the place sat idle for about a year and a half, almost 2 years, and Curtis was able to put the deal together. The backstory on Curtis is he is a former racer, very successful real estate developer here in southern Illinois. He was the developer for a major national franchise known as Dent Wizard. So when this opportunity came along, he wanted to save this track just because he wanted a place for his kid to race somewhere down the road and for him to come out and play with his cars. And he always wanted to own a racetrack, and it was right there in his backyard. And he bought the place, and so far we've spent $12 million of a $20 million development program. So we're $12 million into this thing, and with another $8 million to go before we get exactly where we want it to be, and it's full steam ahead.
That's about Dar's salary right there. Wow.
Well, that's one of those things. You take a look at it, and who in drag racing over the last few years has made that big of a capital investment? And this is an individual. This is a private guy that's doing it. It's not a corporation, so it's got a personal touch. And he is here. He's here every single day. My office is next door to his office, so when I need to get a decision made, I don't have to worry about it going across country to get approval. I'll walk next door, and it's either a rubber stamped yes or thrown in the circle basket. So. But it's really good, and we're moving ahead, and he wants to have some fun events, and he's given me the opportunity to try some new things, and we've put together a great schedule and have a lot of great things on the horizon.
Well, I got one last question for you. How's Austin's career doing?
Well, here's the backstory on this. You're going to love this. One of the reasons we were looking at this, he's been racing the midgets and everything. When we moved here, one of the first people that I hired to come work for me is a lady by the name of Heidi Jones, who used to be the office manager at USAC. And her husband is Levi Jones, who's a multi-time USAC champion. And we're in the process of putting some deals together where Austin's going to be working with Levi on some things back here in the Midwest.
And in case you don't know, Austin is Chris's son, and he sure got some great exposure up at LVMS. And
he's been very fortunate, and we're working with Levi. I think that's going to be the next step. He had a great time working with Corey, and now we're going to get him in here and get him in a sprint car pretty soon. So, we're cruising right along.
Well, good luck on the rendezvous. Give us the date again.
Okay, the Nitro Rendezvous, it's coming up on Saturday, May the 10th. Again, we've got the NDRL, Nostalgia Drag Racing League, the Victory Super Stocks, as well as the Nitro Funny Cars. Don't forget also the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series and USAC Silver Crowns here on June 14th. And I got to work this one in. NHRA, once again, this will be the third year in a row for the AAA Insurance Midwest Nationals. Ticket renewals are going on right now, and we're up substantially over the past, which not many tracks can say that right now. And tickets go on sale for the general public on May the 1st. So get your tickets, come to St. Louis, and don't forget Streetcar Super Nationals, too. So how's that?
That's
I think
great.
I plugged everything I could plug.
I'd sure love to go see the Streetcar Super Nationals back there. It should be an interesting, I'm sure familiar with the West Coast cars and the cars that tow out from the East that have been running at Streetcar Super Nationals at Vegas, but I would love to see them back at your place.
Well, come on, buy a bus ticket or hitch it to ride on the train. That train that goes by Fontana, hop on it. It comes
I was hitting
we
you
want
up,
your
dude.
corporate jet. We want you to send the corporate jet out.
And Donnie, I'll come with everything.
Yeah, I'll come down. We'll do coverage for Speed Scene Live.
Okay.
That'll cover the expense of the jet.
I don't think he's buying it.
He's not buying it, Dar. Cut him off. Cut his time off.
Thanks a lot for calling in, Chris.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, thanks for having me on. I greatly appreciate it. Good luck to you guys. We'll talk to you soon.
A lot of success, man. A lot of success to you, Chris.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Wow, we've had some big hitters on here tonight, Dar. Huh?
Well, I think we've got a video there that Bruce has all queued up and ready to go, and then we got another guest right behind. We got Ashley Sanford right behind.
7 more guests.
7 more guests. So we'll be going until 11:30 tonight.
And it's brought to you by Good Vibrations.
And show us your card and save.
Here we go.
Hey, Donnie Couch for Speed Scene Live. Hey, and let me tell you, Frank Halley can put me in the winner's circle at the Media Challenge. You better come to and sign up, because this guy has an incredible operation out here, an incredible staff, and some awesome cars. I've never had so much fun. Frank, first of all, thank you so much for inviting us here at Speed Scene to be out here.
Well, we're glad you decided to come out. I know I had to call you a couple times and twist your arm, but it looked like it turned out pretty good.
Well, Galvin told me not to come out, and he goes, it's Frank.
Yeah, well, you learned a long time ago to not listen to what Galvin says all the time.
Exactly.
But no, it was a great day. We had a good turnout. A lot of folks showed up here. Some good side-by-side racing. We weren't pulling for anybody, but let me tell you, there wasn't anybody down here that wasn't happy to see that win light come on in your lane in the final round. That was very cool, man.
Frank, I don't care. I thought I lost. I thought I red lit, first of all. But going down there at the end, and I'm driving back, and it didn't matter if I won or lost or whatever. I've had an incredible day. I've never been down the quarter mile except in a push truck. And you have a perfect staff to train us. Of course, you coaching us through the whole deal. Jack Beckman, Robert Hyde, Jeff Arend out here, and we could all tap into everybody's knowledge. But just an incredible day, man. I don't know how you could top it.
Well, I appreciate the help. Like you said, Jeff out here and Jack and Robert having that talent base to coach everybody along, give them some tips along the way was really special. And we love doing this. We're going to be back out here at Auto Club Dragway a few times this year. We want to turn it into a permanent home. So, this is the kind of program where if you haven't even been to a drag race before, I think you can come out. If you have some basic driving skills, you can get in a car and have some fun driving it down the racetrack. And that was the idea in having this Adventure Dragster program in the first place.
Well, I mean, there was about 20 of us out here, and then, we did the whole ladder, but the camaraderie and everybody helping each other. Got to meet a lot of new friends today, got to see a lot of old friends, but Frank Holly, thank you. I've had the best day, and we need you to come in studio on Speed Scene Live and be our guest.
I would love to, and you told me there's a dinner involved in that somewhere along the line, too, so anytime you're talking about dinner with Donnie Couch, I'm in because he's buying.
I will do that. Hey, he's Frank Holly. I'm Donnie Couch. You're watching Speed Scene Live.
Good Vibrations Motorsports specializes in parts you need for gas, alcohol, and nitro engines. If you're muscling a funny car or dragster down the quarter mile, or cutting a rooster tail across the lake, or just cruising the boulevard, Good Vibrations has all the supercharger and fuel system solutions for your personal ride and race car. Good Vibrations is your injection connection, the largest dealer in the world for Enderle fuel injection, and now a stocking distributor for Aeromotive fuel systems with a warehouse full of go-fast race parts, an easy-to-navigate online catalog, and they ship worldwide daily. If you want to go fast, really fast, then Good Vibrations Motorsports is ready at goodvibesracing.com.
Welcome back to Speed Scene Live TV, the #1 online drag racing TV show. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, M&H Tires, Hedman Hustler Headers, Aeromotive Fuel Systems, and thefote.com.
Jim Mayer and the guys down at Good Vibrations do a hell of a job. They've got parts down there that you won't find in other places, and parts that you might be looking for, and call them up and they'll either find them. They ship every night. Great people down there in the beautiful town of Whittier, where Donnie and I both reside. Not together, but we both.
Yeah, exactly. Clarify that one. Wow. It's not like he's driving my junior dragster, folks.
No.
But hey,
but I will drive the tow car.
Getting a lot of comments on the Good Vibrations Speed Scene shirts.
Those are pretty sweet.
Yeah, we got to get you some, huh, Bruce?
I know.
Printing down there.
They're
also in Whittier.
Right? Santa Fe Springs.
Well, hey.
A suburb.
They're right there. Okay.
A suburb of Whittier.
We got Ashley Sanford on the phone now, and she's an up-and-coming top alcohol driver, driving an A-Fuel car, I believe. Ashley, you there?
Hi, yes I am.
How are you?
Thanks so much for having me. I'm so excited.
You're welcome. Now, this is an A-Fuel car?
Yes, it is.
How do you like getting to know Nitro?
Oh my gosh, it's been a dream so far. And I mean, it's barely been a year and a half, but it's flown by, and I couldn't imagine doing anything else right now.
Hey, Ashley, this is Larry Mirsch's old car?
Yes, it is.
And you rolled into
I got to give him a quick shout out because, he definitely taught me everything I know to be in the car and definitely showed me the ropes and paved my way so far. And, yeah, he's an awesome guy, and we're lucky we're able to buy this A-Fuel Jealous Dragster because, man, I've been having so much fun in it.
Yeah, well, he's been around and racing those cars for quite a while. Family has a lot of history with those, with that class of racing, and a good guy. But so how's it going with your licensing? Are you there yet, or what do you have left to do?
Yeah, I'm actually already licensed. It was about a year and a half ago that I licensed, and I've done, this is my first full season. Last year we started about halfway through out at Vegas Nationals. So this past couple weeks ago was our year anniversary of, competing in the NHRA, and man, it's flown by.
Well, you're not new to that. I mean, you drove a Sandrail, right? Was that
yes,
a top fuel?
I did.
Top fuel car there?
Unfortunately, my dad never gave me the chance.
He didn't?
He wanted to have fun in that by himself.
Okay.
But I got to race in a blown alcohol dragster
Well,
at the stand.
that's
and,
fine with that.
Oh, my gosh. That was a blast.
I went the first time this last year to Saboba, and we really had a good time down there.
Oh, yeah. It's so fun going out to the sand drags. I mean, that's where my heart will always lie because I grew up in there. From my first memories, I remember playing in the dirt, watching my dad go down 300 feet track dirt, and oh, my gosh, yeah. The sand races are the best.
Now, you started driving a junior dragster for a while, and I heard the first time you had a little story about the first time you got into a junior dragster, and it wasn't at a drag strip.
No, it was not. Yeah, it's actually a really funny story. I mean, I was always interested in it as a kid. You know, I loved racing. I looked up to my dad and grandfather so much because they were always racing on the sand. And my dad came home with the junior dragster, and oh my gosh. No, we didn't go to the track. We started it right in the middle of the street, and I took my first spin. It was so awesome. And I mean, I'd really say that was the beginning of it all, and I really fell in love with the racing and the whole entire sport of NHRA.
Well, welcome to it. You know, as you probably know by now, there's been plenty of women in it, so you know it's not quite the same as like a Danica Patrick in NASCAR. You're just expected to get in the car and make it run and do your job. So it's a little different than some of the expectations that are in some of the other racing series. You're just one of the racers.
Yeah, I was just going to agree with you. Yeah, I mean, going into it, yeah, there's plenty of girls out here, so it's not like I get, you know, oh, she's a girl, we'll give her time. You know, I had to go out and show, you know, I know what I'm doing and I can perform, and, you know, this is what I love and I got a passion for it, and, yeah, I want to compete just like the guys, and, you know, girls are no different out there.
Well, Donnie sure knows that. He spent his years with Shirley Muldowney, so you know,
Mindy Fry.
And Mindy Fry.
Mindy Fry, we got her funny car license, and she's done a great job over there.
Well, thank you for calling in. We'll be watching you, and we'll see if we can get you.
Wait a minute. When's the next race?
Yeah, what is
next race? Well, we're going to be testing out in Bakersfield probably around June. I love that track. Can't wait to go out there. And then we're going to be out at the divisional race in Oregon in July, and next national will be out in Seattle.
There you go. Well, we wish you luck. We've seen you at Bakersfield before. We didn't come by because Dar noticed there wasn't a lot of barbecuing going on, so we kind of tend to walk by. But maybe if you get a barbecue going, we'll come by and get an interview and, you know, get your pretty face on Speed Scene Live.
And Kevin Stiss says he'll give me one of your T-shirts.
Oh, yes. And you know what? I'm making the barbecue happen now.
All right, good.
All right. Oh, pressure's on. Another free meal.
Thanks a lot for calling in, Ashley. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Ashley. Good luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Okay. Well, another
man, Bruce, what do you think?
Star coming out of the woodwork, Bruce.
I think so.
Huh?
You are so right.
And they keep getting better looking, these drivers.
I know.
When I was doing it, it was McEwen or Chris Crable or, you know.
Yeah, Crable.
Yeah.
Man.
Look at the head on that.
Oh, gee.
Man.
I don't know.
Hey, well, we've got
I'll see him this weekend, you know, so I'll send him your
Boise.
best. Didn't you get him in the fives, and didn't you win him a championship?
Yeah, never lost a race and won
well.
the championship, got him 5-second club, and one of the greats. Not only is Chris one of the best drivers out there in a funny car, but one of the best personalities and a lot of fun. And he's having a lot of fun over there with Austin and O'Brien. And
you know,
you talk about barbecues.
And, you know, what's amazing is you think of how certain teams would go together, and you know, would this driver work with that guy? You know, it's like. It's kind of an interesting collection of people with Bucky and Mike O'Brien and Jeanette and Crable and
hey, wait, and Bucky's even having fun now.
I know,
it's actually fun to be around.
You see him smiling, and you're like, man, what is going on?
I thought Jeanette's putting Ritalin or something in his coffee. You know,
I don't think he's drinking that much coffee. I think it's.
Well, if it is, it's decaf now because
he's having a good time.
He wasn't very pleasant before, but the car's running good. He's got a great team and. You know, you get to go to Boise. I don't, Dar, but you know, I'll be here in a couple weeks back with my buddy Damian Gardner, 4-time USAC champion.
Nice.
And has won every race this year in the CRA USAC championship so far. And plus,
got a sprint car going to Bonneville with it the second year, trying to reach 200 in one of them little sprint cars. So we're going to have him in studio and a lot of video from Paris, California, where he won his last couple events now, 3 to be exact. And got some nice footage. We spent a whole day with him out there. So, Bruce, I think you've got a little promo for that. In 2 weeks, he'll be on the show.
Yeah.
Look at that, Dar. You're on the credits.
Man,
I gotta hold that.
I really appreciate that.
Well, because you held the camera there.
Man, well,
You're listed here as the production designer. If you can't see it large enough.
Is
on
that
the
what
screen.
it is?
Production designer?
Yeah, production.
It doesn't come with any pay, Dar.
Well, I
just
knew
like
that.
this job. So don't get all uppity with us.
Well, all right, we're at the top of the hour. I want to thank Scott Gardner, president of the International Hot Rod Association, putting on a great show. Go down to Bradenton and see their show upcoming first weekend in May. And, of course, the award, the winners trophy.
Oh, indeed.
You know, and...
Hey,
good.
Thanks for having me on the show. Of course, I'm always a champion. We're also available for bar mitzvahs, weddings, birthday parties. Just call Donnie Couch. He holds the winner's trophy.
Now, and also, we had Scott New from Firebird Raceway. We had Chris Blair from Gateway Raceway about his Nitro Rendezvous coming up. Scott New talking about this weekend's race at Firebird, which I will be attending. And, of course, Ashley Sanford. And then, of course, Donnie Couch's new hero card. You can send him get a hold of him on Facebook. We'll make sure to get that over there so that he can. And then he's going to have autograph sessions at just about every race that he's bringing his own table.
Of these. So this should last me the year for autograph.
And if you look on the back, it's blank because he hasn't done anything else yet.
All my other credits.
All the other credits. So we either couldn't find them or he hasn't done it.
I'm not admitting to nothing. That's having an attorney present.
And we got to thank Jim Mayer at Good Vibrations. Good Vibrations Motorsports for everything you could possibly need
for dragparts.com
for your supercharged motor, your injected motor, or just some go fast parts. They're great people at Good Vibrations. And Donnie, what the hell?
Wow, I'm wore out, man. That's a lot of stuff in there. Of course, I always want to thank Good Vibrations at dragparts.com and all our guests, especially Frank Halley for having Speed Scene Live out there. Alex Roggio and I swept the field, all Speed Scene Live final out there.
Nice.
And again, you saw the promo. Damian Gardner, 4-time USAC champion, coming on May 6th.
They swept the field. They didn't even have to bring their own broom.
Nice. That's the best way to sweep.
Yep. So, hey, it's been a good show. Thanks for tuning in. And Bruce, we're going to give it back to you at the controls. You're our crew chief.
All right.
Thanks a lot, Bruce.
This has been a live presentation from the West Coast Funny Car Factory Studios. And coming up next, the encore presentation of Speed Scene Live.
Speed Scene Live TV, the #1 online motorsports TV show. Brought to you by Curry Racing Rear Ends, M&H Tires, Hedman Hustler Headers, Aeromotive Fuel Systems, and theFote.com.